everybody. Welcome back to You Think It, You Feel It,
We Say It.
I'm Nancy.
And I'm Michelle.
And our topic for today is dating as a plus-sized woman. Which is, sadly...
It could be a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah. But no, it's mostly a bad thing. Well, nowadays...
In the eyes of the social media and everybody else.
Yeah, like... And here's the thing. I wanna start by saying, when we mean plus size, we mean like us, like uneven plus size, not these thick bitches like they got nice ass,
like
nice
on
boobs,
the
hips.
Fashion Nova things in Forever 21.
Yeah, like you're not
thick.
plus
They're
size.
not plus size.
You're not plus size. You are just curvy.
You're very curvy, luscious.
Very. Not that we're not saying you're not
because
beautiful.
you're very luscious.
It's just if you ain't got a fupa almost down to your kneecaps, you ain't plus size, ho. Like, it just makes no sense. It's true. Because even then, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, because thick girls are in season. Like, everybody be liking thick girls. But do you like plus-sized women? As in, hence, me. I am what you would say an upside-down triangle. I am like this.
What is wrong with you?
Because I am. You know, I'm big and then go small. Like, for example, if you cut my body in half and you had to determine my weight from, like, my waist down, not including the fupa, I mean my waist down, you wouldn't think I'm, like...
140 pounds.
From, like, my waist down, right? And then from fupa up, it's like, damn, this bitch fat. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. But,
Am I an apple? I think I'm an apple.
What's the size of an apple? No, bitch.
Or am I a pear?
No, maybe you are an apple.
I think I'm an apple.
Yeah, because a pear is like...
Mm-hmm. A pear's like this.
Yeah, you're an apple probably.
Yeah, I'm an apple.
I don't know what that means.
Me partí en mitad, estoy half and half y soy equal on both sides. Well, yeah.
I'm definitely not equal on both sides. Like, even you can tell on my face that it's like...
She says my face is very symmetrical. I don't see it.
At least I think it. Anywho, point is...
very dark. I look very dark.
Yeah, I got tan too. Can you see my tan?
Mm-hmm.
No? Anywho. That's what I meant by plus size. Like, actual plus size people.
Can I just start out by talking about those guys that are all over TikTok talking or having some type of fetish for plus size women? Have you seen them? They literally make videos of like plus size girls.
If you ain't too something,
yeah,
we ain't doing nothing.
Exactly. Those guys.
Yeah.
Those guys, or there's other guys that like maybe they do like him, but I feel like it's become a trend to like fat girls, plus size girls, chubby girls.
Who ADHD head ass. No, yeah. But like I said, they're also liking plus size women, but the even plus size women. I would consider you even.
But there's literally guys that are like looking at bigger girls. Like, I mean, bigger, not just curvy girls.
No, but that's what I mean. Girls. Like, even bigger girls. Like,
well,
I consider you even. Like, you have bust and ass and stomach. Mm-hmm. I have stomach, no tits, no ass. Like, if my shirt doesn't end, like, right on my, like, little curved booty cheeks, my butt crack looks like it comes all the way up to my neck. Like, that's what I'm that's what I'm talking about, right?
What possesses you sometimes to say these things? I mean, I know, but you don't have to say that.
I was like, don't act like you don't look at it.
You don't have to say it.
I've even pointed it out. But that's what I mean, like...
Yeah.
Like that. That's what I mean. But I'm talking about like the uneven. The uneven ones. Mm-hmm. Like.
But still, sometimes I feel like, again, some guys do it because it's a trend.
Like a clout kind of thing.
A clout kind of thing. Like, you know, they want people to comment and be like, oh, wow, like you like those kind of girls.
Until I see you actually dating someone, like actually for sure.
Then we'll talk.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's a good thing to sit here and kind of like say stuff like that when it's not true, because then you give people the wrong perception of you. Type like if a girl of that size does talk to you, are you really gonna date her?
Yeah.
Are you really gonna take her serious?
Yeah.
Because not just because you're on social media doesn't mean that you're gonna date them. You're just doing it. You could either be doing it for clout or just because you genuinely like that type of people. You know what I mean? It's like us. If I were here just to put, like, I don't know, skinny and fit guys, like, am I just gonna date skinny and fit guys if a fat guy comes to talk to me? Like, no, I don't know. Like,
I don't like fit guys. Like, this is my preference. Back then, I enjoyed them. I liked feeling the muscles.
She liked the muscles.
I liked it. And that goes into a whole other topic, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I know that people will be like, and I've done it myself, sadly, where I'll look at someone like, damn, she has a boyfriend? Like, ooh. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I will say that I've done it. I even do it to myself. I'm like, how do I have a boyfriend? Like,
sometimes I wonder. I'm like, how am I married? Like, I would have never even thought. You know, because obviously, like, body types do matter. You know what I mean? To people, like, they do matter. Like, if
and sadly, they matter more to people outside of the relationship than like the actual people.
Exactly.
Like,
and people like to comment on it, especially when you're. And I think that's another thing, right? Especially when you're dating someone that's bigger than you. The first thing people say is like, "Dang, how are you with her?" Right? And then it starts the doubts in that other person. Like, oh my gosh, like, you need to lose weight. Sometimes, right? Some people let those things come to them, but still they have that thing at the back of their mind, like, you know, I am dating someone bigger, and it is embarrassing for me because other people say so.
I've dated I dated someone who never let that interfere. His family was really into our relationship, like deep into our relationship. And they would tell him sometimes, he'd be like, well, they were more preference of like, why are you with someone who's poor when our family is rich, right? And, but then there was a point in time where they would tell him like, oh, she's getting fat. Like, that's not how you met her. Why are you still with her? And then he'd be like, and I guess like that, like, kind of like boosted my self-esteem sometimes. When he'd be like, because I got more to grab. And I'm like, yes, you fucking do, dog. Like, hell yeah. But if you let other people's thoughts and opinions meddle in your relationship, I feel like you're weak.
Yeah.
You're 100%
weak-minded,
weak.
and you care about what everybody says. Like,
then that means you're not in love.
Exactly. For example, I had a person. Remember, I think I told you about him.
Letter.
T.
Oh yeah. Oh.
So he was fine. He was fine and
he was like.
Juicy. Very much so. Mind you, I went on a date with him. Complete gentleman. Such a sweet person when you spoke to him. Very, you know, he was a nice, decent man. But the gag was his family. His family was OC about people that were fat. They were all skinny. They didn't have a fat bone on their body.
Yeah.
And they just assumed that he had to be with someone that is skinny and fit. And not someone that's fat and lazy.
Yeah.
So he had that in his mind where if I was with him, I could not be around his family. And if I was with him, he would have to either really buckle down and tell them to shut the fuck up. But I'm just like, as a person, knowing that, you know, coming into something, I wouldn't want to be with anybody like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was my first thing with him. And honestly, if that would have happened, my life would have been completely different now.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be crazy. But still, you know, that's why I say, like, some people do let that really sink into their mind.
And this even goes farther from that, where people are like, scared of, I guess, admitting that they like plus-size women. Because this is about to go deep. Like, deep. You know this. When I was raped multiple times by the same person, I told someone about it. And their response was, that makes no sense. You're not their type. And I'm like, what do you mean? And at the moment, right, I was, I was 14, 15. I was like 15 going on 16. Or I was 14, basically 15, and then 15 going on 16. Like, multiply the times that it happened.
Yeah.
And when you're that age, you're not sitting there like, wow, she didn't believe me. She didn't believe that I was raped. You're sitting there like, maybe I'm not his type. Am I ugly? Am I deformed? Like, what's wrong with me?
Yeah.
Because his type, in general, like, I wasn't his type. He would date fit bitches, like skinny, chet bitches. And so it goes to that too, where it's like, why hide it? I mean, I'm not saying like, oh, why are you hiding that you raped someone? I meant more of a like,
oh my God.
like aside from that. I mean, aside from that, like, why do men or even women are ashamed? Well, it doesn't really happen with women.
I think
at least
it's
that
more
I see.
so, yeah. I think it's more so men, especially when they have a group of friends, you know, that they're like, oh, he sees his other friends dating these skinny girls, you know what I mean? And the first thing that they see when they see a fat girl is like, oh, look at that fat bitch over there, like, you know what I mean?
Or like, why
so
is he
then they're
dating
like,
her?
then that person in that group is kind of like, damn, like, what if I bring the person I like around?
Yeah.
Or what are they gonna say? Either you take it personal, right? Or you don't give a fuck and you bring that person that you love and you want to be with.
Yeah.
But then again, like I said, the society puts it in their head that it's a bad thing to be with someone that's bigger.
I know for my relationship now, and I want, because if they watch this, I want to make it clear. It literally has nothing to do with them. It's my own insecurities.
Yeah.
Like, they don't make me feel a type of way. They don't say anything towards me. They don't say anything hurtful. It's just how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, with my boyfriend now and his friends, they hang out with more attractive people, or what would be considered attractive, which is thin girls, even girls, girls that don't look like me.
Yeah.
And sadly, I'm very insecure to the point where, like, sometimes I don't want to hang out because I'm just like, I don't feel attractive around these people. And then it affects my relationship because then my boyfriend can literally turn around and look at someone and be like, oh, fuck, like,
he's looking at
her. He likes her. And I'm not worthy of being his girlfriend, you know? And as stupid as it sounds, because if he's dating you, it's because he likes you. Like, he finds you beautiful, you know? Exactly. But it's still in the back of my head where I'm just like, he's not supposed to be with me. He's supposed to be with someone with all these other people.
That comes back to insecurities, you know what I mean? That comes back to, it's so normal for men to reject you, for men to make you feel less worthy because of your weight, not because of you know what I mean? Not because of your personality and everything like that. It's because you look fat. Because I bet you if, like, you were skinny and people treated you a different way, it wouldn't even faze you if he looks at someone else, you know what I mean? But it's just our own insecurities because of the amount of
and we're not saying, I just want to say this too, we're not saying that thinner people don't have insecurities.
No.
Because everybody has insecurities.
But us as having
we're
a fat person
mentality,
you know what I mean? A fat person mentality going from being fat all your life to going all skinny, you know what I mean? It's kind of less, I guess for us will be one less thing to worry about, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's not saying that skinny people don't have insecurities or they don't have, you know, things that they don't like about themselves. But I guess from our mentality, it just feels that way, you know?
Because I know right now I'm saying, you know, not saying that not anybody has that. Not just plus size people have insecurities, but I find myself when I hear a skinny girl be like, oh, this is so loose. It's so hard to find clothes for me. And I'm just like, oh, your clothes fit baggy, but you still look stylish. Oh, boo-hoo. But guess what? I can't even find clothes that, like, fit me correctly, even though they're my size. Like,
yeah, sis. I have to go to multiple different stores to find one thing out of 5 stores.
See, and that's another thing. I hated when I was dating. I hated trying to find an outfit because it was so hard. It was either too big, too small. It fit in some parts, it didn't fit in the other parts, and then if it fit perfectly, it was hella expensive. And it's just like, these people who make this clothing, what are you thinking?
They're thinking of these curvy women, not these women like us that have, you know, gorditos here, gorditos there. Like, 'cause we're not all a solo-ette completely, you know what I mean?
That's another thing that, like, for my body, right? I go based off, I like my clothes to fit over my belly button, right? Which is over my fupa. Yeah. So I go by the measurements of my fupa, not my waist. If I went off the measurements of my waist, I would be like a size 12, size 14, which is a big difference from a size 22, 23, because that's the size of my stomach. And when you get a size 22, 23, they expect you to have, like, a big ass, like, even it out, but I don't. I know I have a size 14, size 12 ass and thighs. So it's like, It's never even. And that would affect me dating. Like, sometimes I'll have a date and I wouldn't go because I'm like, oh, I don't have clothes.
Yeah.
I don't look good. Even though I looked decent enough, I guess.
Yeah, but it's your own insecurities just making and creeping in your mind, you know what I mean?
Do you have any insecurities? Like, I mean, obviously you're always going to have insecurities, but you're married now. But did you have any Did you and do you still have any insecurities while you're having sex?
I did.
You did?
I did, but before, I guess, mind you, I feel like once I moved in with my husband before previously getting married, I've gained weight in the time that I've been with him, living together. And I was a little bit more thinner, you know what I mean? I feel it myself in my own body. You might not see it physically a lot, but I know I gained more weight and I see it in my pant size and everything.
Yeah.
So, mind you, at that time, I was still confident. I was like uber confident about myself, and you know that. Like, I was like disgustingly egotistical and disgusting. Like, I was just that way. Like, I loved myself so much. It was obsessive over myself. And back then I could hide the insecurities I have, you know what I mean? I mean, I wasn't ever happy with my stomach. I wasn't ever happy with my fupa. Like, it was always, but it wasn't as big.
You were never scared to show it.
I wasn't scared to show it. That's my thing. I guess back in the day I could hide it more so than now. Right? I feel like now
hide your insecurity or your fupa?
My insecurity. And my fupa. I mean, now I think, like, not that my husband makes me insecure, because I feel like he's done a really good job with making me feel okay, especially during those intimate moments, you know, and helps me, because there's things that I would have never done with anybody. Yeah. But I did it with him because he made me feel that comfortable with him, you know what I mean? And until this day, we laugh about it, because I'm just like, there's things that literally I would have, like, killed myself if I'd done before, and now I'm doing it.
You've had, like, experience.
Yeah, like, previously, obviously. Like, I dated people, and I had those situations, those intimate moments with other people, but it never had the comfortability as I have now with my husband. So, I think it's come a lot.
In my point of view, I've only been with one person, you know it. Just with my ex-husband, that's the only person. I want to say I've only been with one person, like, that I wanted to.
That you wanted to. Well, that you gave the okay to.
Yeah. In our previous podcast where I talk about my marriage, there were points where it wasn't consensual. And it was forcible, aka rape. But before then, I was feeling insecure. Like, me and my ex-husband's first time, I was so insecure. Because I had never been with someone that, like, asked me, hey, is it okay if we do this? It was always forcefully, you know? And even then, the forcefully part was always, like, there's always that demeaning part where it's like, you're a fat bitch, no one's gonna fucking love you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so when it did become something that I wanted, it was hard to get out of that. Where it's like, oh, he's gonna think I'm a fat bitch, and da-da-da. Even though, like, I feel like he wouldn't have been with me if he didn't find me attractive. Or I don't know.
I mean, obviously.
But, yeah, there was shit that even with him, I'm gonna be honest, in the 4 years that I was with him, it wasn't until, 6 months before we got divorced that I started getting, like, an actual... Yeah, comfortable in an actual, like, sex drive. To actually want to have sex. Now, with my relationship now, what the fuck don't I do with him? Like...
Ooh,
that just goes... that just goes back to, like, he makes me feel comfortable. You know, like, it... But back then, regardless, even if it was with him, it wouldn't be the same. Because back then, my insecurities were just so high. Yeah. Like, I'm saying even, like, if I didn't get married and I was just dating, I probably would still be a virgin. I feel like. At least I feel like. Yeah. Just because I didn't, like, experience sex until I got married. So it was, like, I mean, healthy sex. But anywho, point is, yeah, I probably would still be a virgin. Just because of my plus size insecurity and just the dating scene and stuff. I mean, and you know, hard. back then I didn't really date. Yeah, I would just like dame manoseadas or something.
She was bien cochina, pasaba en el parque ahí manoseándose.
Ay, güey. Nah, dog, not.
You'd be like, where's Nancy? Ella está por el parque. Allá en la esquinita del parque.
Sorry, Mom. I'm not sorry.
All these cheese,
todas las chismosas would tell her. My neighbor from Springfield Squares.
She'd be like, allá está la Nancy, manoseándose.
And I'm over here like, can you let me live, lady?
Let me just get.
It's not my fault your husband has a whole family in El Salvador and you trying to come at me, ho. I was so mad.
You are petty.
Girl, I still don't like this lady. I do not like her. I don't like her daughter. I don't like any of them. The only one I was friends with was with her son, and even then, her son was trying to get at me. Even though he was one of those guys. Mm-hmm. He was one of, you know who I'm talking about, right? He was one of those guys that he could not be seen with plus size women, like ever. He always had to have some juicy bitch, and I'm just like, if you don't get your teeth fixed, fuck out my face. I'd get so mad. Because he would even tell me, he's like...
if you don't get your teeth fixed.
He would always tell me. He would always be like, what is it that he would say? He would always be like, if you just didn't look the way you did, we could be together. And I'd look at him and I'm like, you would be lucky to have someone like me. First of all, I could give you papers, motherfucker. I'm just kidding.
No,
Anywho,
she didn't.
Oh, talking about that, have you ever been rejected because you're plus size?
I guess, yeah. Not rejected, like, no, I don't want to be with you.
Have they ever told you the way that he told me, if you didn't look the way you did, we could be together? Oh, word.
Yeah, I've never gotten that before.
Have you ever, and I'm asking this because I know it, have you ever been in a secret relationship because they didn't want people to know that you were dating?
I did. And I think till this day he rejects that I was even like...
He does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've asked him.
Yeah. He does, and it's so sad.
But he's ugly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to...
But at the time, I guess that's what I liked. I guess, right? That's what I liked at the time. But still, it felt bad. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Mind you, at the time I wasn't so big, but I was bigger than other girls. Other girls that he usually dated. I mean,
no, because he dated what's her face.
Bitch, yeah.
And she was bigger than you at that time.
I feel more so he did it just because at the beginning I didn't want to be seen with him either.
Bitch, what?
Because again, right? In high school, there's so many things. High school, you have to hold up reputation. You have to be some type
That's
of.
That's so funny because my reputation was never there.
See, but I never dated people. So mind you, technically people found out because I did something during the summertime with who, was my first.
Oh, got it.
So
they found out. I forgot. I haven't.
Who else would have told him? He was a big bocon.
Oh yeah. Because they were friends. They were best friends. I forgot.
Yeah, so he knew about that. But my thing was, I didn't want to be seen with him because one, he was a chant, as they say. He was a chant. Mind you, my mentality as a child was
we didn't expect for us to become chants. So.
Yeah, but I thought it was some big shit, Yeah, I didn't. But then, obviously, I guess he felt some type of way because I wanted to keep him a secret for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then once Michelle wanted to be exposed and let everybody know about me, he didn't want to no more. And then, but my thing is that I never came and said I did not talk to him. That's the difference between him and I. That I didn't sit here like, no, I didn't do that. But he obviously says that now to this day that we don't talk. But even then, he tried to ask you how I was and shit.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
When he found out I was with his little friend. If you know what I'm saying. Mm-hmm.
I liked Elle.
He was fine. I don't know, but I've had some fine men.
I personally feel like we've had attractive men.
Lie. Yeah.
I've never. Let me not say never. Because my middle school reputation has been. That's when I was in gang stuff. They were questionable, not just because of their lifestyle.
You're so stupid.
With the mom's tattoos on their face, dog.
What is wrong with you?
Guys, I've had a questionable upbringing.
She's a mess.
All I have to say is that most of them are out of jail now. So they haven't come looking for me. So.
Thank God. And now you're going to have to leave Norman for one of them. You're going to become uno de las mafia. Las mujeres de las muñecas de la mafia.
Oh God. Never. Anywho, I've been in a relationship where I had to be hidden, but it wasn't because of how I looked. It was because I was the other one. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But
Dang,
that
dude.
stems off me being insecure.
Yo, that was bad though.
I was so insecure.
Because at the same time, like...
I hurt someone else.
Yeah.
And I was vicious. Because...
She was.
I was rude. I was disgustingly... Like, I was projecting. The way I felt, I was making it towards her.
Yeah.
I was like, this ugly bitch. And, like... I was like, she's so ugly. She's like, I don't understand why he's with her. Like, he has me. Da, da, da. And then the whole time I'm over here, like, degrading myself being the other woman. Just other woman. We were in fucking high school.
But still, it's like you're still hurting someone else.
Yeah.
I mean, they were together for a little bit, but...
No, they were together
for a while, right? Yeah.
And I was together with all of them for a break. I was just as much in that relationship. No, but...
You said I was with all of them.
But that's the thing, like, he didn't really hide me. That was the funny part. Like,
I mean, I think she knew, right?
She found out, like, halfway through. Like,
but she still was with him, though.
Yeah, but that, I think that's what made it worse, is that she found out, and she still didn't leave him, and then he was still with her. And he still begged her to get back together. And I'm just like, she broke up with you. Like, be with me, ho. But that was me being... You remember, I even cried.
Yeah, she was sad at the time, man.
But the thing is, like, I wasn't even sad for him. I was sad because I was like, I'm just never going to be enough for anybody. Mm-hmm. Like, because at that moment, I was going through, like, the phases of, like, the rape, the molestation, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I just never felt enough for anybody. And the fact that this stupid Chet didn't want me because he wanted some other stupid Chet. And I'm just like... I couldn't fathom the thought. And then I got over it, and then I started dating all his friends. Well, not dating. Started freaking around with all his friends. But have I ever had, like, a secret relationship because of the way I looked? No, I have not. I've been rejected a lot, though. Like, a lot. From, like, elementary to
I got called a whale one time. I was real sad, but it was stupid because... I snatched the man anyways.
I don't understand why people do that, though. Like, what's the necessity of you calling me a whale when you know a whale is bigger than me? Like, that, I feel like that's just an insult to yourself for being stupid as shit thinking a whale is my size.
I mean, everybody that says those things are stupid. That person that said that was stupid. I mean, I bet you he never passed fucking years in high school.
Who is it?
I forgot his fucking name. That's how irrelevant that motherfucker is anyways. So,
but see, then we go back to the people being irrelevant. Is it the people being irrelevant, but what they say never goes away?
Yeah, it never goes away. I mean, it still hurts my feelings to this day. If I see that guy, like, it will literally, like...
Shatter. Like, it
doesn't shatter me. It enrages me that I want to cut his fucking throat. But that's just me. Right? I mean, other people take it...
Like, I know my insecurities went up when I separated. And I was on Tinder.
On Tinder?
On Tinder. Is that how you say it? Tinder?
It's Tinder.
What?
I say it like you now. It's Tinder.
What do I say? Tender?
Tender.
Oh, like chicken tender.
Yeah.
It's because I'm country. I have a country accent.
Tinder.
Not a country, a southern accent. Yeah, I was so insecure. Because I was, just starting to lose weight, I think, then. And I was, like... feeling myself, but then I was also like, no one's gonna want me because I've been in a 4-year marriage and I'm used, or at least because someone told me that, and so it stuck with me. And I'm like, I am used, like I'm old.
That's so stupid.
I felt old, and that made the dating scene worse because I'd be like, what if this dude thinks I am a whale?
A whale.
What if he tries to talk to me like fucking Dory? Go like, hi, Nancy. And I'll be like, no!
I mean, one, that's messed up, right? It's messed up. I mean, Tinder is a big thing, though. Like, especially when you go on there.
That's where I met my boyfriend.
It's typically, like, a lot of, like, oh, hey, let's hang out because I'm trying to fuck type app. But you can meet really nice people.
It's so funny. Like, this is off topic. But
you met Norman from there.
This is off topic, but when I went on Tinder, I was trying to find a country boy. You know, the ones that can
not
lasso
un chinito
people?
boy.
A Filipino.
Oh, Filipino.
He's half Filipino, half black. I need to state that because it's a big thing for him.
Okay, Norman, Filipino, neging morenito. Morenito Filipino. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Smash and dashing.
I was looking for a country boy, but like them like
muscular.
Hey girl, get a truck. I'd be like, yes.
With some boots and the ¿cómo se llama el sombrero?
Cowboy hat.
Cowboy hat.
Dude, like
that's what you wanted, sis?
I want him to lasso the fuck out of me.
She want to be tied like those piggies, and when they're gonna get roasted,
I'm like, oink, motherfucker. Oink.
You're a mess.
I tell you, dog, that's what I was looking for. But then I did find myself but Filipino and black.
Smash and dash and great things.
Do you remember when I went on my date with Nolan, our first date?
Girl.
Was it you that I called?
She called me. She was like, I'm so nervous.
But I was crying.
Oh my God. And I'm like, chill. You're going to be fine. Just be yourself. And she's like, I don't know. I'm just like, she was like full on crying.
And I'm like, what if he thinks I'm ugly?
And I'm on the phone like, oh my God.
What if he realizes that I'm just an ugly bitch? Like, what if he just realizes
And then look at her now, a year later, with her mans. I mean, it's just insecurities, you know?
And I still have some of them. Mm-hmm. Like, let's talk about your Tinder dates.
My Tinder dates? I had two Tinder dates. Did I have two Tinder dates? I did have two Tinder dates that I remember at least. I don't remember others. Actually, I met this other guy on there too. I met 3.
Talk about that guy that you went to the mall with.
Oh. Okay, so we started talking on Tinder.
I just want to say before you keep talking, when she told me this, I was heated. Like, how important do you think you are? Go ahead.
So, we started talking. He was very nice, actually, very pleasant. He was but you could tell that he was a no sabo kid, right? Like, off rip, sis. Like, you could tell. So, mind you, with the no sabo title, there's a lot that comes with it. As in, they try to act like there's some fuckboys, you know? So, we talked and all, and then we decided to hang out. We're going to go to movies. I drove myself. He drove himself. And then we went to a movie theater. Mind you, we got there. The introduction was kind of awkward. What movie did you go to? I don't even remember. That's how boring that date was.
No, what movie theater?
The one in Springfield. So, that day, so we went to the movie theaters. Mind you, he's very handsome.
Like your type handsome or just in general?
He was my type handsome, I think, yeah. So then we went after the movies, we went to Starbucks. He asked me if I wanted something to eat. I said no. So we went to Starbucks.
I said no.
Mind you,
were you hungry or no?
No.
You just
I had eaten before that. So I was like, what am I gonna? I'm not gonna ask for a whole plate of food if I'm gonna, you know what I mean? No.
Was he gonna pay for it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
So, cause he paid for the movie, he bought the tickets and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, he was very sweet, but he was just stupid at the end.
I paid half for my date with Norman.
Damn, Norman, you're trash. Basura. Anyways.
I offered though, because he had spent a lot already, and I felt bad. And I've always been like that. I don't want people to throw shit in my face.
You're right.
Now he pays for literally everything. Like, I burn a hole in his
Good
pocket.
job, Norman. Que Dios te bendiga.
Anywho, sorry.
Coming back to my story, you know.
Sorry.
Anyways, so we went to Starbucks. Mind you, I ran into a friend from work. She said hi, and she was like, "Oh, you know, obviously." That girl. And then I ran into mi tía. And mi tía obviously had to come say hi when she saw a guy.
Who works there?
No, mi tía Carla.
Oh,
And then obviously she had to come say hi right in my face when she saw a man next to me, right? So I was like, and mind you, I presented him every time as my friend. Not my boyfriend, friend. That's it. And I think I bumped into one more person after that. And then basically he tried to tell me, wow, like, you know a lot of people here. And I'm like, well, I mean, I'm from this area. Like, obviously, like, what do you want me to do?
Well, at least not now. But, like, back then, if you lived in Springfield, everybody knew who you were.
Yeah, everybody knew everybody. So, like, I said hi, casual friend on the side. Like, that's it, nothing more. So it was raining at the time, right at that moment. I had parked in the garage and he had parked outside. And so I gave him a ride to his car. And it was almost awkward as goodbye. Like, he didn't know what to do. I was just like,
like, here's your car.
Okay, bye.
So y'all just shook hands?
Yeah. We shook hands. And then, mind you, then he ghosted me. And I was like, look, if you are a man, right, you might as well, like, tell me, hey, like, I wasn't feeling it. And then this is his response. I felt too overwhelmed because you know too many people, and it was our first date. I was like, huh? I was like, and I sent him back a message. I was like, I don't think I read that right, because that had nothing to do with you.
Like, I'm dyslexic. Can you repeat that?
Yeah, like, I really was confused. I was like, okay, if that's how you feel. And then he was like, yeah, I think we should be friends. And I'm like, I wasn't asking you for a relationship. Mind you, I was still, like, in a situationship with my husband at the time. Like, like, we were off and on at the time. So I'm like, sis, I'm looking for fun, my friend. Nothing loco, you know what I mean? So it was neither here nor there. But anyways, that was a mess.
I was ghosted too from a Tinder guy.
On Tinder, on TikTok.
He said, let's send each other TikToks so we can laugh at each other's TikToks. I said, all right. He sent me like 5, and then I guess he didn't like the ones I sent him, and he never sent any back. And he didn't even like the ones that I sent him. I was like, how rude of you. How rude. And my TikToks are funny. Not ones that I make, but like the ones that I like.
The ones that she sends, like...
But like, I'm used to it because my best friend doesn't even look at my shit.
She sends like 7 TikToks in like 1 second, and I can't deal with that. Because I'm over here looking at the other For You page. So I'm just going like scrolling and laughing at the TikToks. I don't want to go see your TikToks. But I just open it so you
Which
feel
is
better.
Funny because the ones that she sends me are literally the ones that I sent her. But you would know that if you would look at them.
But I sent her one every probably like month.
But it's one that I've already sent her.
Well, it makes me feel happy. It's like Facebook. You share everything. You know, sometimes we need to shine as well, not just you.
I shine.
Yeah, with all your freaking funny shit that you post.
Thanks. Follow me on Facebook, guys. Add me as a friend. It's Nancy Salazar Pineda.
Pineda.
Nancy Salazar Pineda.
Oh, I also like went on a date with this short guy, like super short. Mind you, I'm 5'1". I'm 5'1". Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. Word. Nah. Yeah. I just went to the doctor like literally 2 months ago.
Is Donna taller than you?
By a little bit, yeah.
Then you're not 5'1" because Donna's like 4 something.
She's not 4 something.
She is 4 something.
No.
Yeah. Donna is shorter than my mom.
Well, I don't know. Point is, I went to the doctors and they said that I was 5'1". What you want me to do? Anyhow, I went on this date and this guy in the pictures looked a lot taller in the pictures. I get to his car. Little boy was hanging off his freaking car, like his seat. I was going to say car seat. His seat. All you see is his leg hanging, trying to push the accelerator. And I was just like, oh my God. And we're supposed to go eat. Ugh.
Did you go eat?
So, no, I finessed the crap out of him. And I said, I had already eaten. I was like, eaten.
Eaten? How do you say that?
I don't know. Eaten, I think.
I
had already ate. So...
He was like, that's what it is. I already ate.
Yeah. So then he was like, oh, but we had said that we were going to go out to dinner. And I said, no, I know, but I was hungry and I'm not hungry anymore. If you want, we can go get something to drink. He was like, oh, okay. So we're just going to park here in the parking lot. And I was like, cool. And he was like, you don't want to be seen with me because I'm short, right?
He's probably had this happen to him. That's why he said that.
I said, no, that is so rude.
Why would you think that?
Yeah, I was like, why would you think that? And he was just like, because we were supposed to go out to dinner and you said you ate. And I was like, because I ate. What you want me to do? Do you want me to lie? I was like, dang, like, I thought it was going to be like faster. The day would go faster so I would eat, you know, like later. And but I was hungry. And he was just like, no, you did it because I'm short. And I was like, no. I mean, but if that's how you feel. So point is that...
You should have told him, tienes que ser fuerte, chiquito.
That's too much. But he would butt hurt. And I felt bad too, but at the same time, I was like, I mean, it is what it is, though.
I've never, not... So this happened in middle school. I had no business doing the shit I did in middle school. I was in middle school, and this guy was coming to meet me up. Mind you, he worked in the fish section in Global in Woodbridge. Mind you, I was so dumb back then. Well, not too dumb because I knew he was lying to me. I just didn't think he was as old as he is. He was supposed to come and meet me up, but like I said, mind you, I had never seen him up close. It was always behind the fist section, and so I'm just like, you have to be tall if you could see over the fucking. Mind you, I've always been 5'7", 5'7.5", right? That's my height. I've always been that. So, you remember the bus stop down there. I come out from the bus. He's sitting there. Mind you, he's dressed disgustingly. He's dressed like with like these long ass cowboy boots. And
ew.
I was like, ugh. Right? I couldn't tell how tall he was when he was sitting down. I get in front of him. I'm like, oh, hey. And then he stands up. I'm already looking up because me expecting he's tall as shit. This dude was like right here. I had to look down. I said. And then that same night, I was like, you're short, right? Like when we were texting. He's like, yeah, but like you're fat, right? He was just coming at me because he got offended. He got little man syndrome. And I was like, and I'm like, but you still came to see me. He's like, oh, and then on top of that, I'm not even, he told me he was like 20. I was a hoodlum, so I liked older men. I was going through shit. He's like, I'm not even 20, whatever he said. I'm 36. I said, like, what are you talking about? First, you're short, and you're telling me, like, how is that supposed to make you look better because you're a short 36-year-old? Like,
I look young because I'm short. That's what he was trying to tell you.
He was disgusting.
You should have thought.
But see, even that was disgusting.
Yeah, back in the day, I think it was just a trend to try to talk to older men. It's bad.
It's not even a trend. It's your trauma.
Yeah, that too.
Because at the end of the day, the old men that spoke to us were pedophiles.
Cochinos.
Because they couldn't get women that didn't know that they were sleazeballs.
That was nasty. Anyways, talking about other better stuff.
Talking about back in the day in middle school and rejection. You remember those chunky dudes? That were like too good for other chunky girls, unless they were looking good chunky girls. I hate those dudes.
They're disgusting.
Those are the dudes that have now lost weight and are.
And kudos to them for losing weight.
Yeah, good for you, dog. But then don't forget where you came from. Don't forget you were just a blob.
Gordito también.
Like, don't forget you were a blob, and now you're trying to act brand new. Like, but even then, there was these bigger guys that were like, "Ew, she's big." But I'm like, dude, you're big too.
Yeah. And
then now that they've lost weight, they want to talk about how the bitches back then that they wanted, which were thin girls, that they didn't like them, or like messaging them now, and I'm just like,
that's so stupid.
And and they feel proud about it. Excuse me. And I'm like, you feel proud that a girl is talking to you now because of your appearance, not because of who you are? Like, that's what you're proud of? Like, oh, good for you, dog.
I mean, I just feel like, one, they're just trying to fit in as well, you know what I mean? Because I feel like when you were fat once, it's hard to come back and fit in as one of the cool guys, you know what I mean? Because you were fat before, so you were like that.
That's the thing, they were cool regardless.
But that's the thing, I feel like, especially in those type of groups, they accept them because either they're good friends from like forever, or like they just feel bad for that person and they just like include them in their group, you know what I mean? And that's why they're like cool. They're like cool just because, not because they're cool, but because. So now they're just trying to flex. I didn't think about it. That's right. They're just trying to flex, just like their friends were flexing in high school. Yeah. Now they want to be that high school person that they couldn't get to be in high school now. You know what I mean?
You're such a therapist.
You know, I'm very smart over here.
You're such a therapist.
Am I, dog?
I didn't really think about it like that. What?
I think I need some therapy.
I have therapy.
I need therapy. I think I have issues.
I just, I keep doing this because I want to, like, just bang my head on the side. I don't know why. Anywho, therapy.
Therapy. Go to therapy.
Yeah, fricked up. Like, the other day, I didn't know, you remember the people that were talking about? I didn't know that they were dating. And I'm just like, but why didn't she date you back then?
Because you were gordito. And it didn't look right.
It didn't, huh?
It didn't because she was that type of person, though.
But now that you're fit and skinny.
Skinny and fit.
What did I say?
Fit and skinny.
I'm dyslexic.
Skinny and fit. Now she wants to date you.
Yeah. Like, come on, guys. What is this? What year are we in? 2021. Get the fuck over it.
Can we all just live happily ever after and, like, treat each other well?
Can we just normalize that people like bigger women?
That too.
Like,
I wish, like, we can walk down the street and feel okay.
Walk down the street?
Maybe drive in the car.
Yeah.
You know? You know what I'm saying?
Do everything want to walk.
Gorditas don't walk. It's like, no, I'm kidding. I have to walk.
Yo, you seen that girl on TikTok where she's like, even my thong is pink. And then she goes, my kitty meow meow is not pink because I'm brown. Roast beef.
Ew, yes. Ew. That is so nasty.
Hey.
And then a hell of people started, like, putting different stuff out there. Like, ugh.
Oh, the best one is this girl who is plus size. And she goes, I haven't seen my kitty meow meow because I have a fupa. Fat bitch.
Oh, yeah, I see that one.
Guys, this is probably TMI, but, like, my goal to lose weight, right? One is to be healthy. I don't care if I lose weight or not. It's just more, I just need to be healthy. Mm-hmm. Like, I need to be able to walk up the stairs and not be out of breath, which so far I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm just out of breath because I can't actually breathe. Like,
through her nose.
Through my nose. But one of my goals is to sit down in the bathroom and see my vagina.
That must be nice, huh?
I want to see it. I know I've seen it.
I've like only seen it.
I'm getting there though. Like I can see like the tip.
La puntita.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know what I don't like? I don't like the P-U-S-S-Y word.
Me either, but sometimes it just slips out.
Yeah, like sometimes when I'm really tight, I'll be like, you guys are
P-U-S-S-Y.
P-U-S-S-I-E-S.
Oh, that too.
Right?
Yeah.
Period.
But that's kind of a nasty word. I think you might as well just use the actual word for it.
The vagina.
Yeah, don't use like weird
I say
ass
that.
words
I'm
like
like,
that.
you're such a vagina instead of saying.
But then sometimes it does sound weird though.
It does, but like people, I only say it with people that I hang around with. So
well, that's true.
They understand what I'm saying.
That's very true, friend.
Is there an insecurity that you had when you were younger that you don't have anymore? Or something that wasn't an insecurity that you have now?
My legs.
That was something you never had an insecurity, or you did?
No, I didn't. Like, I used to love I mean, I like half of my leg. I don't like the rest of my legs. Uh-huh. My thighs. I don't like my thighs. My thighs are so big. Before, I used to love how big my thighs were. But now it's just, like, so,
they're
like...
bigger now.
They're bigger, and, like, I feel like now I'm starting to have fucking cellulite. Could say that word.
You didn't have
cellulite
back then?
No. And my mom used to praise me on it. My mom used to be like, why don't you have cellulite? Like, your legs are big. Like, my thighs have always been big, and I never had them. And now I'm starting to have them, and now I'm just like, ew.
I've always had cellulite.
I haven't.
Is there an insecurity that you had back then that you don't have now?
No. No.
Why?
I have all my insecurities
my fupa.
still.
I wasn't insecure of my fupa because I never really had one.
Oh, yeah, you could say that too for me. I didn't have one back in the day like that.
Yeah.
I used to wear those nice slim jeans from Old Navy. Whew. Look, smash and dashing on my days, but not anymore. Now my fupa just...
I never had a fupa. I got my fupa when... You remember that year that I lost, like, 100-something pounds? Mm-hmm. Like, I lost so much weight. I went from a size, I think, 20 to size 14 that year. And then when I got into a relationship, or when I got together, like, lived together, I gained the weight back. And I went to a 22. And that's when my fupa came in. Because then my weight started fluctuating because of my depression, everything that was going on. Excuse me. That's when I got my fupa. And that's where I became insecure about my fupa.
Yeah.
An insecurity that I had but don't have it now. Not really. I do. I used to be insecure of my calves. Like,
her calves are phenomenal in heels,
thanks.
bro. When she wears heels.
Because I used to feel manly. I already felt manly because of my PCOS, but then...
Yeah.
And then the thing is, like, no one ever talks shit about my calf muscles. They would always be like, damn, your calf muscles are nice. But they'd always be like... That was
just her insecurity in
They would
general.
always be like, oh, they're so muscular. And I'm like, muscular? I'm fat, but I have muscular calf muscles. Like, come on,
how does that
Jesus.
make sense?
Come on, Jesus. What in the hell? And I used to be insecure, but now I just embrace them. And I'm just like, look at my calves.
And that's how you should.
And it's because I used to mountain bike all the time. I was mountain biking like every day.
She was a hooligan.
Mountain biking? Mm-hmm. Those were not hooligans. Caucasians.
Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Not my after school activities after mountain biking were hooligan shenanigans.
She was a messed up child. Anyhow.
I was.
She said I was.
I was. Anywho.
Anyways, guys, I think
we had recorded like about 5 times. We had these topics that we were gonna talk about that people recommended. No, I asked the question on Facebook and they responded, and they said that they wanted to see the podcast, but it was since March. We're now in June. Mm-hmm. And then we tried to record it, but shit was happening, and then it just didn't feel authentic.
And honestly, I feel like when you've tried to do so many things, like especially a podcast, when you try to do it so many times, if it doesn't work out, I don't think we should talk about it. You know what I mean? I feel like it's something that probably we shouldn't have talked about. Things happen for a reason. Yeah. And I feel like maybe that wasn't the topic to talk about at this very time, maybe.
I think it was just everything was fucking up. I think we should talk about it just because, you know, people
I
want
guess.
to hear it. Obviously, because they commented on it. I think it's just more of a... It became unauthentic. Because then we were just repeating because there was...
It was more so, yeah.
There was stuff that was going on. And this topic, we literally just thought about it. And we're like, we haven't talked about it, so let's talk about it.
Funsies. I like to speak about my, dating... My dating life and stuff. Well, back then.
I did date.
Now I'm married.
I did have boyfriends, but I had more.
She had cell phone boyfriends.
And real life boyfriends.
I think we've all had a couple cell phone boyfriends.
I've had a lot. I was a mess. What is wrong with me? Jeez. I had no business. And mind you, I was what? Elementary, middle school. Mm-hmm. I got into dating gang people in middle school. End of 6th grade, starting 7th grade.
Oh my gosh.
The biggest one, the one that like I was so in love with, was this guy named Marvin. He lived down the street. He lived down the street from my dad. That shit was intense.
Let's not call these people out right now.
I don't know where he's at. He never got locked up.
He probably is searching for you. He broke up with me. Oh, why?
Because I was a child back then.
I mean, you were technically like an actual child.
That's what I'm saying. I was a child. I was very
How old was he?
He was like maybe a year or 2 older than me.
Oh, not too bad.
No, not even. He was a year. He was a year older than me. I was what?
And he called you an inconsiderate child?
Because, are you guys ready? This is about to get deep. So, it says he was in a gang, right? There was a drive-by. I shouldn't be laughing. There was a drive-by, and his brother got shot, and we saw him sadly die in front of us. And then after that, I just didn't want to talk to him, even though he needed someone to be there. But, like I said, I was a hooligan. And I'm not trying to get shot at again just because I was dating someone. And so he broke up with me because he was like, I needed someone and you weren't there. And I'm like, I wasn't trying to be there. I'm not trying to get shot. And he thought that was inconsiderate, which probably was. But like I said, I wasn't trying to be in that life. I just wanted to date someone from that life.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot. But anywho, that is our topic for today.
It was, I was crazy.
Yeah. Please comment down below for my plus size women that can relate to any of these topics.
And if you have any other topics that you guys would like us to talk about as well, I mean, just put them down below or message us. You know.
We say that and then they're going to be like, but I already sent it, you guys still haven't talked about it.
Well, that too, huh? I mean, we'll get to it. I think
we'll get back to it when like it wasn't now that we got everything situated. Because the thing is, it was just becoming a problem.
And one, like, at this point, we were doing it so much that I think we were just, like, saying it at our ass at this point. Like, it wasn't like authentically our because we were just repeating. And obviously, it is a podcast, so there's certain things that we're not allowed to say. You know what I mean?
As in,
more so, like, there's like subjects like the ones that we're gonna talk about after this one.
Well, let's say I'm gonna tell y'all right now so y'all can stay tuned for it next time.
Mm-hmm.
And these are topics that other people recommended to talk about. Promoting obesity and body positivity. Two people, one wasn't so nice about it, the other one was. Being a Republican in an immigrant family or having Republican views being a Hispanic. That was, I have a lot to say about that one. And another one was you can't be racist towards white people.
Yeah.
Those are intense.
So that's going to be in our next podcast.
Yes.
So, yeah. I think that'll be fun.
So stay tuned for that.
Those are more heavy topics, I would say.
Usually our podcasts have been heavy topics. Because even just our first one was about, like, our life in general. Just getting to know us, and I had trigger warnings about sexual assault and stuff.
And see,
like
that's
that.
what I was telling her. I was just like, I think that we should mix up some more fun, more airy topics as well, because obviously, like, it's kind of tough to go. I mean, at least for me, it's kind of draining to go from talking about serious, like, important topics, and then going to really deep topics like that. So, like, I just can't back to back. I think it's too much. My emotions are just too into it. I'm just like, and I get upset and, like, I can't do it all together.
So we're trying to, like, get, like, everything started in the aspect of, like, figuring out what the fuck we're doing.
Yeah.
Because obviously the point of the reason why we started the podcast is because we both have different point of views on everything. Literally everything. There's only a couple things that we both are like, all right, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, everything else she says is stupid, so.
The what?
Everything else you say is stupid sometimes, so.
What are you talking about, dog? I'm very intellectual. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're very intellectual, but your opinions sometimes are some, oof. I cannot stand you. To you.
What
to you. I don't know what TikTok it is, but to you.
Yeah, to you, they're stupid. Other people agree with me.
I mean, other people agree with myself as well. So it's okay.
No, you know what the issue is? That my best friend here is used to hanging around. The friends that she used to have are friends that would back down to her. Like, if she started getting heated, they'd be like, no, you right.
That's their fault, though.
And, no, I know, but what I'm saying is, like, and now that we're friends, we both, like, come at each other. We're just like, no, like, that is your opinion, but, and that's why she's like, you're stupid.
It's like, you piss me off. Like yesterday, you annoy me.
What did I do yesterday?
I don't know. I was like, I had texted her for some leaves because we were going to use them in our background. I said, bring your leaves. She
in
said,
my defense, we were talking about something completely different.
Well, yeah, but anyways.
And then I'm driving.
And then I'm like, bring
leaves.
your leaves. Like leaves. And she was like, oh.
I still didn't know what the fuck she was talking about.
And then she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then I had a voice memo with her. Yeah. And then I don't know what the hell you said.
She said for the background. I'm like, oh, that's what you're talking about. Because I was like, leaves. Girl.
And then I was like, you annoy me.
Yeah. Anyhow. Stay tuned for our next podcast.
This is going to be a long one.
This one?
It's already in almost an hour.
Well, you got to cut out hella shit.
Yeah. It'll take me a bit. Anyways. So, we will see you guys in the next video.
Yes.
Please follow us on our social media accounts.
Which are... Oh, my Facebook is Nancy Salazar Pineda, and my Instagram is _Nancy_DSP. You can message me in either, but please message me on Facebook because that's what I'm on the most.
And my Facebook is Michelle Guevara. And then my, what the heck? And my Instagram is _ it's Michelle G _ and my Snapchat is the same shit. So.
Oh, Snapchat? I don't know.
No, my Snapchat is Michelle G.16. Yeah, that's where it is. So you can message me on all those platforms, or just leave a comment down below on this video anyways, and I think that'll be a lot better. Is. I think it's the same thing. Underscore and
yes.
No.
No. Anywho, all right. Well, this was You Think It, You Feel It.
We say it. See ya in the next one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.